I was chased off the couch because my mom came home because I was smelly like from smoking marijuana, and it was impolite for me to be on the couch. So the question is, why didn't I go upstairs and shower first? Well, if my first consideration is about you, then all of you are represented as my telephone, which includes then also the ability to harmonize the internal processing unit of the workings of the phone, so that the time that it takes to charge will include the time it takes for me to transfer titles from videos onto the videos, because it uses up more of the CPU time, and then I can leave the maximum amount of battery for the next day's video taking, and eventually it'll find some balance that way. Well, and ultimately then probably just need one charge a day still. And if I'm using it all day, yeah. Anyway, so thank you. But there was a step in the shower there, a step down, and it required me to carry a memory along physically to release it from all of its circuits up top. Accepting perhaps the tie to consistency with the chugging of grapefruit juice viewed in previous vlogs. Better than blueberries. Right. Was the cure to anger. And I'm not legally allowed to present it as a cure to anger unless it is proven to be actually a cure. And that in this case only requires public agreement, which in my case specifically means there is no public disagreement. And there can only be public disagreement if somebody knows that it's incorrect. In this case, nobody knows it's incorrect. As a matter of fact, nobody even understands where the emotion anger comes from. So when I go out on a limb and say that, you know what? I have experienced anger so extreme that I have just completely lost my top. And I have looked around the room wondering, what can I throw? And I picked up the kitchen chair and I threw the kitchen chair. But I retained focus on the target the entire time I did this. And the focus was never on a person. The focus was always another inanimate object. But now the question is, where is the anger coming from? Because it's clearly not desirable, and least of all looking at the mark that I left in the countertop unit for the rest of the year next, or however long it's been. So, or there was that incident on the 10th of June, I think. 10th of June. 2021, in the 8th floor office. So the office was taking up the 8th floor. Tainan Legal Aid in Taiwan, Republic of China. People's Republic of China. Taiwan, the island. And I punched the wall and it bent. But I was protesting, physically protesting, because my lawyer was refusing to request the court to order a psychiatric evaluation of me that didn't require me to believe that thinking comes from my body, and they wouldn't do it. So they went downhill from there. And then all of the psychiatrists ended up refusing to give the court an assessment about me in the High Court appeal. And then the court case just ended. So the court granted the grounds for the appeal, but then they wouldn't hear the grounds, if that makes sense. Anyway, they're having a little bit of communication troubles over there in Taiwan, and I'm certain that they're wondering how I'm doing in Canada now, for sure. So in Canada, well, there's the issue of two psychiatrists that are stopping me from getting back to Lindsay. No, in this case, though, we're talking about cure. Yes, in the shower. Very more real right now. And the cure to anger, first you have to understand that it is a compressed sound wave. It's not exactly sound, but it works a lot like sound. So to call it a multiverse is actually anatomically correct, because it's kind of like a multiverse, except you are the fixed point in that multiverse. And there is only one fixed point. So All the other multiverses that you would be hearing would be like reflections, and they would be then ending echoes. So what some people perceive as ghosts, you have to get through those. You have to unlogic their confusion. It's the best way to describe it. The logic will understand. And then after that, so the cure for anger is making a video that asks, ever heard the question, why get angry? Or where's the anger from? And that's then targeting the people that do get angry, such as myself. And I would just be like, yeah, whatever. If it was a 10-second clip, I would watch it without even waiting for the answer. I would just wait for the next sentence. And then the next sentence would be, you need time. You need time. You're taking too much on. It's causing you to overload your logic circuits as to how to possibly spin all these different bits together. So basically, what they say is to sit down and breathe. But what you don't really need to do in any situation where you're angry is breathing. No, you definitely don't need breathing. What you need is time. So if anyone says to you, why are you angry, or calm down, or don't get so mad, or anything like that, just group those together as attack and respond with time. I need time. Please give me time. And you can just do that as an automated response. And that can apply to everybody, all across the board. And then, you can't make one video, you gotta make two videos. So then you gotta make the other video. The other video is the cause of anger. And the cause of anger is, what's the cause of anger? Hold on. Anger is, I had an anger is sentence. Anger is, none of those. Let me pause this 1 second. Oh, it goes like this. Okay. This is question number 3. What is anger? And our answers must match up. And also, you cannot reasonably offer a cure for something that people don't understand without allowing them to explain what it is that they think it is, and then to start from there. So if they can offer a better answer as to what anger even is, then we can start by talking about how to cure it. But I have a cure video already in mind, and I saw the image way in the shower, way before I made the video, so I didn't really forget. But it's a series of questions, and it'll be vlog41.2dream.ca. And then I'm talking, and I say what I've already said on the video. And then I can choose the colors of the background. I have a maximum of 4 choices of pictures and text combination from the phone. I need to ask one question first. Why get angry? Start with that one. Why get angry? Why get upset? I can make that in the same row. And then, response. I need time. And then, action. Freeze. Capital letters. Was what I saw, because it brings the moment right down to a real-time moment. However, the other person, when they're saying I need time, like really what they're meaning is I need like you to back off right now. So, but if you do back off, you're also potentially causing the other person to become afraid of you, because they would also be thinking, why are you backing off? Don't tell me you're going to pretend like you're more afraid of me. So just freeze, okay? Just freeze. If your loved one at home, such as Lindsay and I are, Lindsay would say, what do you need? That's what Lindsay would say. And no matter what I say next, Lindsay will do her very best to oblige. Period. End of story. And in that moment, whatever she does not oblige to, she gets a real big talking to. So that's how I have worked out how to mediate anger so that it is a blurps. I call them blurps because blurps happen in all different formats. Sometimes it's anger, sometimes it's confusion, sometimes it's a fart in an elevator. I mean, it can be, those are just, you got to look at them as all the same, okay? Just look at them as all the same, all unwanted, all undesirable in your environment, equally the same. So they're blurbs. And we've, through A Course in Miracles, acim.2dream.ca, we understand that forgiveness should be the goal of every relationship. And it's specifically in addition to the goals that you've planned as a partnership to experience together in life, of course, obviously. But forgiveness had to be the singular point of the book in order to make it sellable here. I mean, the upgrade was not possible yet. So, is not possible yet. Sorry.